I've been real critical of Lil Wayne. Basically, the whole Super Bowl thing with Lil Wayne and Kendrick, and I have been. I didn't like the way Wayne came across. I think he could have dealt with it a lot better. So I'm just here hanging out. This is what I do. This stuff come across my feed. I find it interesting, so I bring it and share it with the channel. And appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Let's do it.
Make one thing clear on
Drake. How the hell Drake make it on the video? I thought this was about Lil Wayne, but there is a Drake one on here. Y'all should go check it out. I reacted to that one too. It's on my channel.
this channel before we begin. I don't give a what none of y'all think. I'm gonna just be honest with you. When y'all get mad at me and say I'm unsubbing, okay, get your soft A up out of here. I don't get it. You can't cancel someone that don't care. When I see men typing that, I feel like you guys got girl hands, little feminine hands. So am I gonna have to be the dickhead to say it? Do I gotta be everybody's enemy again? Am I gonna have to be the stick in the mud? I say that like I don't love this type of energy. Lil Wayne is fried. He's literally the Patrick Star of rap at this point. Hova, jealous of this performance? Now I wouldn't be going so hard.
Like I said, deleted, go right in. He go right in for the juggler and cut immediately because that was trash. Now, what was that? That's a live performance at one of these. Well, I'm assuming it's at one of his concerts, but we've been saying that for a long time now, man. I heard Wayne be forgetting some of his raps on stage, whatever, because he's just got so much content that it's kind of like the YouTube rappers now or the TikTok rappers where they just freestyle something, they put it up there. If it hits, they re-sing it. If not, they don't even remember what the verse was.
Hard on Lil Brain the way I am if it wasn't for his recent temper tantrum over the Super Bowl halftime slot, which was ultimately awarded to Kendrick Lamar. Lil Brain let his whole team amp him up and allowed these bozos to uplift him and make him feel that this was a way of redeeming his legacy, when in reality, it was a slight to K-Dot and Jay-Z. Nicki Minaj's Coca-Cola rant on Twitter started this whole fiasco, demanding Wayne being the Super Bowl headliner, but she really used this debate to mask her subliminal disses in between on how she felt aimed at Jay-Z, Roc Nation, and Meg Thee Stallion. Nicki Minaj has been going at Roc Nation's neck for years now, and it honestly seemed it got worse when they started supporting her ops. Are we surprised though? Nicki hates on.
She did come at Jay-Z pretty hard. And you know what? You got to support your friend, right? Her friend's from New Orleans. Everybody felt like they didn't get what they deserved. They don't think Wayne got what he deserved. A lot of people saying he deserved the Super Bowl because he's from New Orleans. He deserved that, right? Does anybody truly know if the city makes the last decision? I heard that they do. But if you know something different, let me know down in the comments. Who makes the final decision on the Super Bowl performing halftime show? Because from what I heard, Roc Nation suggests candidates and the city makes the final decision. But that's another video, I guess, right? But as far as we know, K-Dot got it. And the way Wayne and his, I wouldn't say goons, but his people addressed it and handled it was totally wrong. I think Nicki was way off the sliced bread. She slid off like onto the plate and probably hit the floor as well because she went after Jay hard. But what is she trying? Like, do you want that Wayne that we just saw right there to perform on the Super Bowl? Like, really? The fans today don't really resonate with him like they used to. You know, they don't. But let's get back to this.
On anything.
And Deleted is cooking, by the way. He's going in on all the BS things I've been talking about. You know, when I did my Wayne video, people was talking junk to me, but it is what it is.
And everyone with a wait, can I say on here? I don't know. I'll just say cat. Nicki Minaj hates anything and everything that has a cat. Weird because she truly is one of, if not the best female MC of all time. She is the queen of rap, but she carries herself like a peasant. Meanwhile, you have Birdman edging the shit on, and the edgelord himself, Drake, the sub queen.
He just called her a peasant. How you feel about that, y'all? He just called her a peasant. How y'all feel about that? Is that warranted? Is she a peasant? She's definitely speaks like she's the queen on the highest pillar and the highest mountain and in the highest chair that you can find. I could see her sitting up there because that's how she act and carry herself. So the fact that he called her a peasant, which is the lowest of any queen that could be, is funny. That's a quadruple entendre right there. Good job, deleted.
Posting subliminals throughout this Lil Wayne versus Kendrick spectacle. By the way, these are the same people who were quiet when Birdman robbed Wayne of millions. The same people who had nothing to say when Birdman stopped the Carter 6 album from ever dropping and allowed.
For me, that right there is when Lil Wayne career ended for me because he was hiatus for like 2 years where he couldn't really do anything. And I remember they even talked about leaking his album. There were a lot of things going on. But to me, this is the downfall of Wayne. When Baby blocked him from performing and doing anything he had to do with the new album released. And that to me is what stunted Wayne's career. Me personally. After that, I don't think he ever really recovered. And people didn't really, they felt robbed. But I guess that's another video, right?
Allowed his then artist Young Thug to claim the Carter 6 title, which he would then change the album to Barter 6 because of the outrage and backlash. These are the same people that didn't bat an eye when Young Thug allegedly shot up Wayne's tour bus with Wayne inside at the time of the shooting.
Damn, did that really happen? I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of things going on in the world today now. And every minute, every second, there's things happening. There's way more people here than they were 10 years ago, than 20 years ago. So there's a lot more going on. But did that really happen? I thought Wayne was supposed to be one of the, I won't say pillars, but you got a couple of people around the industry. When you look at them, they kind of make their mark and not to mess with them all. But to shoot up Wayne's van, like, I thought Wayne was running stuff. Let me don't get into that. Let's get back to this video, right?
These are the same people who were quiet while we watched the great run of Lil Wayne go silent and his career came to a halt by the hands of Birdman. This is literally the very reason why Wayne's run stopped.
Now listen, this is the first time I'm watching this video. I haven't watched any of this video. It popped up in my, like 10 minutes ago, it popped up in my feed. And what I've been doing lately, I was like, you know what? I got to watch this stuff anyway. So why not watch it with y'all? Y'all, if y'all don't feel like watching, you could turn it. But thanks for being here with me. I appreciate it. But I just said that. When I remember when this happened, Wayne's career was at the height that you could not imagine. It was the pillar. He was doing New Year's Eve shows. He was like, it was insane. And then this beef right here with baby with baby killed his career. Birdman killed his career. And that was supposed to be his brother. They came up from the grut. They came up together from the start. And to see how that went for a while, I guess they patched things up. I don't know what their friendship or whatever is like. But I remember that this was horrible for Wayne. It was one of those things where he should have just, I think, was it a deal also with Young Money and Birdman owning 51% or something like that, and Wayne owned 49% or something like that with the company. And hopefully he goes into it. I haven't seen the video, but so far it's kind of like, I guess I lived it, so you kind of remember it in your head the way it went down. But let's get back to it. Sorry about that.
Stop so suddenly. However, in the midst of all this, Jay-Z was the one who helped Wayne get out of debt and paid $14 million of Wayne's taxes.
There's people like Jay-Z. You know what I mean? He helped me when I was really, really, really down.
And that's to let you know how bad the dispute with him and Birdman was, where he got into tax problems and Jay basically helped him out, which is huge. Big up to Jay, you know what I mean, helping out the artists. And then, you know what's crazy about this is that people are calling Jay all these bad things, right? But he's been looking out for Wayne this whole time. This is a business decision. This ain't got nothing to do with no hatred, because if I don't like you, why would I be lending you money? He ain't family. Why do I need to be lending you money? Unless there's a huge repay on that money, but I'm sure Wayne's good for it, right? Wayne's good for it. So the people that's dragging Jay through the mud now, look, Jay's been helping out for a while. He's been helping out for a while. But y'all ain't gonna go back and apologize for that. Y'all ain't gonna go back and say, oh, maybe it's business. Y'all gonna just keep trolling and do what y'all do. But we're gonna get back to Wayne on stage.
You know what I mean? He helped me when I was really, really, really down. He don't want me to talk about it, don't want me to tell nobody. Jay don't want me to tell nobody. That man helped me with my tax. These are real friends, y'all. Shout out to my nigga Jay.
I'm shocked that so many people are running with the Jay-Z is hating on Lil Wayne narrative, because Jay-Z has done nothing but show Wayne the utmost love. Jay-Z literally helped this man with his tax debt. I don't know what the actual number was, but you know, the USA Today said back in 2018 it was over 14 million in taxes. Jay helped him get out of debt. Jay helped him keep his house. So I don't think that sounds like hate to me on a person. Jay wanted to sign Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Ironically, besides Birdman, these are the same people that did not show up to his Little Louisiana show at all. Drake too busy acting like a battered scorned woman on the sideline, mean mugging DeRozan, and Nicki somewhere playing with her nose. Allegedly. Not true whatsoever. I just said that for the dramatic effect of things. Wayne should have read the fucking,
I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna mess with Nicki and her barbs. Love ya.
Room. I was always taught as a child to never be someone else's entertainment for drama. For instance, if people are hyping you up to create some sort of beef with someone else, you never thought you had beef to begin with. Usually, they are the ones who are the snakes to your Eve, with Eve being your sanity or your integrity. In other words, don't let them corrupt your mind, gang. These people aren't to help you, but to destroy you. And they benefit off of your chaos that they stir up. Around here, we call those people out up front. Like, nigga, don't pump me up. If you have a problem, you go do it. I'm not for your entertainment. And some take it as complete disrespect to the point where they will call the person out for a fade in itself. The whole performance was a shit show.
Deleted don't play. He called it out like it is. It was a shit show.
Wayne looked spaced the fuck out. His people around him are not for him at all. It's so sad to witness a legend deteriorate before our eyes. Someone should have poured that cup out a long fucking time ago. He was in prison for what, like 11 months? That could have been where he changed his life away from the addiction. He's singing off key. He's standing there spaceless. It's so hard to watch. I see a lot of people stating it's because he's 43 years old. No, nigga. Beyonce is 43, dancing like she has a bill to pay on her.
Speculate that his rug use, code name for, the stuff that he puts in that bottle that makes him lean a little bit, a lot of this I think has contributed to what we're seeing with Wayne, and it could be a lot of other things too that I'm sure he's overworked. I don't know what he had to pay to get out of debt. Even though Jay helped him, and I'm one of the ones that say, oh, you can't really talk bad on Jay because Jay helped him out when he was in his biggest need. But what did he give up? What did Wayne give up? He had to give up something. I'm pretty sure Jay ain't give him, oh, pay me back whenever, or, nah, we cool, just give me back what I paid you. Nah, I'm sure there was something added to that. What did Wayne give up? And it didn't have to come from, I think at the time, was Jay with Def Jam then? Because I think that's when he was trying to sign Lil Wayne when he was at Def Jam. He tried to sign him a few times. And I guess at some point him and Baby patched it up. I'm not sure if they're going to get into it here, but by that point it was too late. It was way too late. But yeah, look at Beyonce. They're the same age, but you could tell they're on some different things. She ain't forgetting her songs. And she still looked the way of course she looked aged a little more, but still look pretty good. Let's go back a few scenes and watch the.
No, nigga. Beyonce is 43, dancing like she has a bill to pay on her last tour. Kanye is 47, dancing with fans in China on the world tour that he's on. And when he was 43, that's when Donda dropped. And he did a free Larry Hoover concert with Drake. Drake is a 39-year-old white woman, only 4 years younger than Wayne. And he just came off of his own world tour. Nicki Minaj is 41 years of age, 2 years younger than Wayne. And she just completed her own tour. But by the way she's been acting lately, her brain might not be too far off. Allegedly, that is. Allegedly. All that's fake. She doesn't do nothing of the such. We're just saying allegedly. This is all for jokes. J. Cole is 40 years old riding a bike somewhere. He's 3 years younger than Lil Wayne. When Jay-Z was 43 years old, the same age as Wayne, he released the 444 album and went on a world tour himself. And Future is 40 years old, 3 years younger than.
But we know Jay don't mess with none of that stuff. None of that stuff that's gonna hamper his health or his money or his career. Jay would rather quit before he messed the money up. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about voice boxes and health, and I don't think he ever have to worry about things like that. I don't think you have to worry about stuff like that. But it's kind of painting a picture for you to see that all these other artists around his age, older than him, are still outperforming his abilities. He's almost like he's having early dementia and
went on a world tour himself. And Future is 40 years old, 3 years younger than Wayne. So this isn't what 43 looks like. This isn't what 43 moves like. 43 isn't old at all. It's a grown-ass man. It's not a young man. It's not an old.
43 is a grown-ass man. I'm 48 in a couple of days. I'm a grown-ass man.
Man, it's just a man. I mean, I guess it's a middle-aged man. I don't know. Either way, he looks awful and he looks like he's deteriorating. All this outrage for Wayne to perform when he needs a teleprompter to even recite words, but kept missing the beat. Y'all.
What? Is that real? Really? Homeboy got a teleprompter. Now, is that any different than Drake pulling out the BlackBerry back in the day to drop the freestyle What was that show? Was that Sway? No, not Sway. Not Sway in the morning. Funk Flex. I think it was Funk Flex on Hot 97 back in the day. Wow. Damn, Lil Wayne. Sorry, bro.
Y'all can't be serious. Because you wanted to be the first solo rap headliner for your city. I don't want to hear you guys say it's because he has so many verses and how he doesn't write them down and how he can't possibly remember half the songs. That's just stupid. Then don't perform then. If you're not going to practice and gear up, then why perform? Neither Jay-Z and Kanye and so many other greats of hip-hop has yet to grace the Super Bowl stage themselves. And they're some of the most impactful and influential artists of all time. And they would
Stop. I didn't mean to stop it so late, but that's exactly what I said about the Wayne songs, you know. Why create them if you don't plan on using them ever? I mean, it could be songs that you just listen to every once in a while, but if you're not going to perform it to the full extent, why perform it? If you didn't practice, if maybe he did practice, but he could be going in the early stages of something where he's losing those abilities that he once had. Could be overload as well, but
they would never slight their peers of gracing that stage. That's some for real female dog energy, some Garfield type shit. Or should I just say, that's some bitch and pussy shit. And on the gang, Kendrick better not pull this nigga Wayne on stage with him either. Forget all that righteous, holier than thou, Kendrick. Come with the straight boogeyman aura in New Orleans, gang, especially after all this shade. Them dudes probably wouldn't even take Kendrick.
that's for real. How y'all feel about that? Would y'all be upset if Kendrick brought Wayne up there? I guess there are people that's expecting that. They think that it will happen. What do you get? 13 minutes to perform? You think K Dot's gonna give him like 30 seconds, a minute? You know what? I think that he gonna promote love, peace, and West Coast. That's what I think he gonna do. Do your thing, Dot, because I'm waiting to see it. I'm gonna be watching. I think a whole world's gonna be watching and waiting to see what he performed. And when he dropped, not like us. Whew, that's gonna be big. Bigger than the Super Bowl.
Kendrick's offer anyways. They're all so damn prideful and egotistical. Look at how these motherfuckers try to dim this man's light during his announcement. Jealousy and crab in the barrel mentality. Leave them under the shade they created, gang. Hey, I'm serious. I'm gonna be real pissed the fuck off at Kendrick if he somehow shows these niggas love. And shut the fuck up, K-Dot stands. No one's talking to you. Go to your shrine and pray to Kendrick or something. Go preach to a motherfucker that cares. This is my take, my opinion. This is how I feel. I had some nigga the other day come on here talking about, you lost all credibility with me. Credibility with what exactly? I started my whole channel off of talking shit about Meek and Diddy banging each other, then Drake, and then a racist white YouTuber, and then I vented about how I was sick of J. Cole, and then again I had to get on Drake's line. When the fuck did you feel that anything I ever said was credible? This is YouTube, gang. Go touch some grass.
Bro.
My bad, I'm eating candy. I told you guys I was gonna be at Kendrick Stan's neck. I ain't letting up. Go ahead and say I'm bothered. I don't care. I'm gonna eat my sour punch rolls. As for a millennial, this Hot Boy reunion for real was something special to see. It should have happened 15 years ago, though, when it would have been more appreciated. Look at this dull-ass crowd. This isn't moving them because they're not a part of this legacy. But see, when people are on their...
And that's the thing. It had to take them getting rejected for the Super Bowl for them to bring this event together. Because if he had got the Super Bowl, these are the people that he would have been bringing with them to the Super Bowl. But you know what? K-Dot had his audition. You know when he had that audition? The pop-out. The pop-out was his audition. He got an Amazon deal from the pop-out. You know how big that is? And then we don't know what the streaming numbers were from that event, the pop-out event. And I'm assuming the numbers were big around the world for that event. And I think that pop-out is what got K Dot the Super Bowl. I think that got him the Super Bowl. And I'm assuming those numbers are huge that came across at a pop out from it streamed. And then being a content creator, the amount of people that watched it on YouTube through Amazon was insane. The numbers was through the roof. So I'm pretty sure they expect K Dot to do big numbers. That's why they picked him. It's about money. It's not. I don't. I Jay Z is so much of a businessman. I don't think there's any way he would. If Wayne was the person to pick, like say if him and K Dot had issues, I don't think he would have an issue picking Dot because it would have made him more money. If it's gonna make Jay money, you there. So I don't think that Wayne thing was a snob. But deleted is cooking everybody. He ain't serving no prisoners. I like K Dot. I could say I'm a K Dot fan. I like Drake. I'm not a big Drake fan anymore. I used to be a lot back in the day, but I'm not as much anymore. But he got music that I could say I could still vibe and rock to. People say, "Oh, I don't like Drake," because no, man, he made good music in each part of our lives. We just left them once we realized the music didn't resonate with us anymore. But let's get back to deleted. And he's deleting these conversations.
On their high horse, they don't think to do reunions like this until they're humbled and not the it factor anymore. I feel the
I just said that. I just said that. Like I said, this is my first watch, but I just said that. I did a video earlier about the baby and the downfall of the baby, and he had the situation where he talked about the community on stage, and he said some pretty egregious things. And then he had an up, he had a, I'm sorry, he had a chance to apologize, and he doubled down on it, tripled down on it. About a week went by, and then all of a sudden, these companies in the second week started dropping him. And it wasn't until then that he actually came out with an apology. But by then, it was too late. And this is kind of the same thing. It's too late. This is why you need good PR people. If you blow up, and hopefully one day I could blow up on YouTube and become the next big thing, sharing videos with you guys, documenting travels. We all want this to be a career one day or a business, but that's another video, right? Hopefully we can get there. But yeah, sometime people, until they're really humbled, they don't really understand or apologize about being humbled, I guess. When you're humbled, it will humble you fast. And when that money is, it's all about the money, the money. When you mess with somebody's money, that's the only thing they understand. Money. You take it away, you're giving somebody all this money and you're telling them don't do this. They ain't gonna give doing nothing until you give them that money. But all of a sudden the check stop and they're gonna turn around and go, what happened? So well, I asked you to do something. Oh, I get it done. No, 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 not until that money is paid. And they will change their act. Happens with everything. They usually say you don't really know somebody until you have conflict. When you're in the worst situation, that's when you really find out the true personalities of how somebody will act, how somebody would be. And it's true. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. But let's finish this video up. Deleted is cooking everybody. He doesn't care about what anybody say. He's going gung ho on everyone. He's just firing shots. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
I feel the crowd would have been at an uproar if this was for a generation that still cared. We're all grown now and paying bills, irritated that we have to deal with a coworker or going to a parent-teacher conference meeting. But if this happened 15 years ago,
And that's another thing. How much of them are still making music? It's not like their music has stayed in rotation or become, for a show. Most people that do the Super Bowl show have big catalogs that resonate with the world, not just a city, but the world, because The Super Bowl is going to be on TV, right? It's going to be in front of a lot of people. It's going to be in front of a lot of people. And if we're just playing songs that nobody can listen to or sing along with, it's a boring ass halftime show. But if I'm turning on a halftime show and I could vibe to that song because I heard it, I'm more likely to sit and watch. So how many people in today's society that's going to watch the Super Bowl could resonate with Lil Wayne? How many of them? Because most of these people, like he's right now, he's riding on his core audience. If you don't like Lil Wayne, I'm sure you ain't at no Lil Wayne concert. You might go with a friend. Is Wayne still um doing any of these festivals? Is Wayne still doing festivals? Let me know down in the description if Wayne's still doing festivals, because festivals is where artists like that can really take off, and they get their music streamed because they do a lot of festivals. But from what I've seen, man, Lil Wayne's he's fallen a long way off. So deleted ain't too wrong. We've been pretty close on a lot of things. He's been going heavy, heavy. I can't say I disagree with him. I can't say I disagree with him at all. I think he's on point for this one.
That whole arena would have been turned the fuck up. I can't remember though. Was BG out 15 years ago? Was Turk released? You guys let me know in the comments. A lot of nostalgic moments on this stage that for real hit home for me. I just wish it wasn't centered around throwing shade towards K Dot. And I'm not trying to be the savior for K Dot. I just call it how I see it. Hate is hate. Lame is lame. I wish all this came from a natural place. Giving Wayne his flowers because he got the Super Bowl ripped from his hands is corny and cringe as hell.
That moment I said to myself, I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And I worked my ass off to get that fucking position, and it was ripped away from me. But this motherfucking moment right here, they can't take that, man. They can't take that from me.
And come on, gang. Nothing can be ripped from you if it was never yours to begin
No.
with. The Super Bowl never worked this way in the past. Why would it work this way now? Jay
And that's the biggest misconception. Like people make it seem like he was old. He's oldest. Like they don't owe him nothing. Like why do we think that Jay owe him the Super Bowl? If he was working his butt off, he would have got the Super Bowl. But he wasn't. And sometimes not everybody can win. Sometimes you got to settle for second place. Sometimes you don't even make the playoffs. But let's finish this video up.
Jay-Z signed on to host the Super Bowl halftime show back in 2019 to bridge the gap with black entertainers and the NFL lack of diversity. A lot of the people weren't for this. A lot of people were actually very angry about Jay-Z signing with the NFL, calling him a sellout. So no one wanted the halftime slot. No one showed interest in the halftime slot. With Shakira and J-Lo, then The Weeknd, then Dr. Dre, and then Rihanna, and then Usher, you can tell by these lineups, rap artists weren't in line or at Jay's door to perform. But when he gives it to Kendrick, it's now a problem. Make that make sense.
Make that make sense, right? And there you have it, deleted. And he just said it, Jay took what was known as a puppet show. It was nothing big. Nobody wanted to do it. And he turned it into what was fun again, what was entertainment, what brought money to the NFL. It wasn't just, oh, the NFL is sponsoring the show. No, the people are tuning in now to see the halftime show. And you know what? You got to big up Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z took a lot of heat, unnecessary heat. But when you're on top, you the boss, you're doing big things. That's what happens sometimes. But let me know down in the comments. I know this is a lot longer video than I expected, but you know what? Deleted put in his work on this one. And I got to say, he was maybe about 100% right. No, it can't be 100%. 90, 97.8% right, I'll say. There was a lot of things that he was on. I agreed with him. And I don't think Lil Wayne is going to perform on stage with K Dot. I think K Dot's going to put the West on. Definitely. He could probably do Taylor Swift, but I don't see Taylor getting in. This is a rap um Super Bowl for a reason. So I could see round two of the pop out, you know. I could see him doing something like that. But you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see what he does, what he brings. But deleted, did it again, and he just deleted another victim. And Lil Wayne sound like he's fried. I can't be mad because he does sound like he's fried. He's forgetting lines. Lil Wayne's fried. But you know what? Right here is your next video.